Thank you everyone for joining us in the concluding session of this conference. I invite Mr. Sudhakar Shukla, whole-time member IBBI, to please conclude the conference with a few remarks.
Good evening. I need some attention from IU also. So this is a concluding session. I thought normally in international seminars when we go outside, it's a more of a feedback session than concluding, because you must have all noticed that there are some gaps still remain despite the scaling up the expectations and what we delivered. So even if that is not we are doing today, but our uh, email numbers are with you. And we honest comments in the sense what you liked, what you don't like, and how it can be done better next time. Those things we will eagerly wait. So this feedback loop has to complete and give us confidence that we are on the right path and we will move with this idea. So for conference actually I wanted to start with the words of Sir Norman Wisdom. He says, and this is the quotation, as you get older, three things happen. And I am also catching up the age, so as you get older, three things happen. The first is your memory goes. And he adds that, and I cannot remember the other two. So it was such a wonderful experience here. Basically, even I'm not that category that to forget everything, but I definitely I remember the hospitality. But I don't remember the hostility of the questions which came to the panel. So that is there. With hospitality already mentioned that, and I think it will be the case for everybody here, that our waistline has increased by inch or so in 2 days' time. So it is a remarkable commentary on kind of good food being served. So that a hand of applause to the to basically the kind of I thought rolled out was extraordinary from IIM Ahmedabad. But not only jokes apart, waistline increase, but more importantly, food for thought was very important in the sense it gives us vibration and it also keep us engaged and agile to upcoming challenges. And that's what we expect from the conferences like this. So this is the conference, and if you see the structure was very methodically planned. Whether you have noticed or not, but we had researchers, they were in the front line, they were presenting, but there was also in side by side panel discussions feeding you all the researchers and the regulators new questions to ponder and come up with more research papers in the domain of knowledge and wisdom which they were displaying. So, second round of applause is for the panelists who, who have basically made our day in making so many good suggestions, and I hope you all have must have noted down, but we have also taken note of. As a regulator, I may have some differences on what has been said, but on research question, there is no doubt whatever they said needs to be validated. So, without validation, if I say I doubt, it has no meaning. So, definitely that validation has to come from the researchers only, so nobody else can do that. So, the questions which were raised actually, I have jotted down some by the panelists and the questions and the presentations you made. First question, I am starting from the last question with this side raised about the haircuts. So many presentations were around haircut, how you understand haircut, whether it is good or bad. A standing committee report was mentioned. In standing committee report says there should be a threshold of haircut. I saw last presentation also suggested that. But as a regulator, again, I have a difference of opinion in the basically this threshold, if you provide, the market mechanism which we all so proud of will go for the 6. So either you choose a market mechanism to dispose of the stress assets in a more prudent manner, or you fix a limit within which all would be resolved, or they would be like, if you are saying 30% haircut is acceptable, if anything below 30%, it need not resolve, it will be lying in the lines that deteriorating the value over a period of time. Haircut is another story to tell also. Basically, one story was told by the bankers also, that the kind of dimension which we mentioned in the haircut is not fully a real story. It is not actually the claim. Claim is much less, but penalties and interest pile on. So that is surely a issue. How to deal with that? I will not say exaggeration, but some addition in terms of lambda, whatever you want to say, over and above the actual claims. And while settling, actually, when we say haircut, we are ignoring two things. And I, as a researcher, I am leaving to you this question. Two things are left out. One is basically guarantees. Guarantees come into play while calculating the claims, where they should not be. But guarantees are coming in the claims, and they do not come into the realization, because guarantees realization takes place much after resolution has taken place. So guarantees, we have to see how to track them. This conference has talked about avoidance transaction, I think, a lot. And avoidance transaction is again one element, another element you can say, which is missing from the haircut debate. So haircut debate is not conclusive in itself, because many parameters, denominator, numerator, everywhere there is an issue which research question can answer better. So I thought haircut issue is important, but we have to be seen that, and somebody here mentioned the Videocon case where complete tonsure was mentioned, that my question to that fellow is that if person is going with a bald head, where is the question of haircut? So quality of asset is very important. And if quality of asset is zero, definitely there would be 100% haircut, and that was happened in 2021 to two IT companies owning 8,000 assets, 8,000 crores of claims from banks were operating from the matchbox offices, no assets. And that office was rented premises. One room, rented premises, no assets. You tell me where is the magic wand you can create value out of it? Nobody can. So it is theoretically you can say that, oh, haircut, we are also bothered. We are always been in front to get the flakes for this, that haircuts is happening. Second question which I deliberated is delays. And this was basically some good suggestions have come on automatic admission. That is again a question for the regulator to the government, basically that how to make admission process at least automated, or maybe through different route. And even the Madam Judge also said this, that it could be a single member bench. So if judiciary itself is demanding that reforms have to focus on single bench dispensation with regard to admission, then that should be adhered to. Next important debate, and in many papers it has been mentioned, 29A. And panelists were very candid and upfront in saying that 29A disables promoter and it should be avoided. So just I wanted to leave a thought with you. I'm not giving any recipe. I don't have any. But a thought is basically 29A does not debar promoter. This thought I want to leave, because this is a misnomer to say that 29A debars promoter. It debars ineligible people. So ineligibility is the main criteria, and promoters, because it was mentioned that who are like even advisor to PM advisory committee also mentioned this, that basically if somebody has not done any fault of his own and is still gone broke, so why to penalize? So I just want to clarify that he is not being penalized. Our 29A does not debar him from participating and getting back the firm. So that issue I thought was some clarity was required. Section 32A, again, our perspective is different, but like Supreme Court brought, and I am not advocate, so I thought maybe I am erring in my readings of Supreme Court judgment, but it is very clear that no Hydra head should erupt in the context of statutory regulatory applicants, that resolution applicant, that SRA should not be troubled for the misdeed of the promoters. So this is a clear position of law. But still it is being agitated. How two ministries can sit over it and resolve is a issue, but this is what the new direction is. So I thought the territory which we have covered and resolved, I think we are opening up new grounds for litigation. Uh, we on ACs actually debate was there whether we provide something, we don't provide something, but whatever data you got from here, from the panelist on behavioral change, is a 19,000 companies, CDs, whatever you say, and 6 lakh crore realization is basically uh, cases pertaining to OCs. This is the settlement before entering, and promoter is cognizant that if he does not settle the OCs, then he will be taking the company to the this um, NCLT, and bankruptcy process will begin. So that again a research area. When I think even IBC is trying to put up some research ground on that. Basically, whatever has been withdrawn, what exactly proportion is for OCs and what is furnisher creditor. So that is there, but normal perception is this is OC driven, and that's what we get the feedback from the various CDs also, that this is how it is being done. Then we heard about uh, effectuating IU's position, and surely a lot has been said by MD and ESL here, present here. So suggestion has come from the dais basically for early warning signs. And that early warning signs have to be like some mechanism has to be prepared. And we were saying, we were discussing with IU that why don't you have entrepreneurial index on lines of CIBIL? So any entrepreneur can see he is red or green. Not only banks, but they can also see. And we have the data to support this, but perhaps mandate requires more enforcement so that they can begin this work. But definitely this is a good suggestion. Early warning systems are required so that we should not face the cases of insolvency a lot. We have been on IBC also, we got some flakes here, and we accept with gratitude and all most humbly that basically peer review and third party evaluation, though we have done, but it should be of regular nature. We should not praise ourselves all the time that we have done this. It is the evaluator who has to say it, and they have suggested a evaluation wing. Definitely when manpower increases in IBBI, we would be trying to get some semblance of evaluation wing within IBBI. So that is what has been suggested. Independent audit, of course, this was said, if you are not doing evaluation, you get it independent audit done. So this is again would be on radar, how to do, when to do. And most important last point I thought, which I noted from the discussions, was there is a some capacity constraint on behalf of basically IPs and valuers. So they don't have kind of training which investment bankers have to run the company as CEO, and other professionals can handle better. So definitely this is one area where we can look at how to strengthen the training needs of the insolvency professionals and your IPs and valuers. So this is, these are the points I have noted. And I just wanted to end with the thought that, again, to the researchers, because this is a research conference, that IBBI has very robust system to promote research, You have presented your papers here. We have asked you that we can publish it. Whosoever will say yes, we will publish it. But apart from it, you can keep on engaging with us because we have a policy to engage with the researchers. So we not only provide you the data, but we also provide you some amount of money also to carry out your research. So it is data plus some resources so that that credible research can come out. So many of you, I would be encouraging that be in touch with us. If you have some credible proposal, we will be trying to see that your proposal is adequately funded within the limits which are provided by our regulations. So I thought that's what I wanted to say. If I have left something, you can add. But thanks again, because this is the last point, because basically first day itself, it was clear that IMA has to be knowledge partner of IBBI. And for this, I need again a round of applause for IIM Ahmedabad, that they should come forward for the partnership, which is long lasting. It should not end with a seminar or begin with seminar. I think it has to be hand holding should continue for longer time. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We had a good 2 days. The quality of presentation, the speakers, the participants were exceptionally high. We never thought we would have full audience. When we decided the conference to go ahead, we were benchmarking with online conferences. Normally, around 10% of participants turn up during online conferences. So we have a full house, even today, even now, this is a full house. So thank you so much for coming. A round of applause to you first. And we have just face of two institutions. You know, the real work is done by someone else. From IBBI, Mr. Ritesh Kavadia, please, sir, can you stand up? Dr. Anjala Guru, she could not come, she contracted COVID. Dr. Jairam. And Mr. Das, he is the man behind. And all the officials from IBBI, we have a lot of officials from IBBI. If you can stand up, people can see, it will be nice. Yeah. It's a full strength. I think close to 90% of IBBI staff is here. All right. From
Would like to stand up, and on behalf of all participants, I can tell you it is one of the best conference today. Enjoyed a lot. Looking forward, many conference. I request all the participants to applaud and for the IBBI and IIM together.
Okay. Okay, I haven't completed. All right. From IMA, again, Abhiman and I are just, we are teachers. We can only speak. The conference is completely handled by Sindhu and Vaishali. Is it there? Yeah. It's their conference. We are just the face. And we have an all-India Purvi. We have Devesh, Nirmohi, Varun. Did I left anyone? Okay, all right. So yeah, these are the people who made sure that event happens and a successful event as well. All right, that's a small conclusion from my side. Again, we are open for collaboration. This is not the end, as WTM said. We encourage collaboration with us. We don't have the funds as IBBI, but we can host. We can engage in an idea. Please write to us. We don't have any single email ID. You can look at the website and write to faculty and staff. and we hopefully will respond. Our responses can be delayed, depending on the classes. Anything else? All right. Again, thank you for W2MSL as well. Thank you. Yeah, one more thing. We have two guests, international guests, Professor Laura Cordis. We have Rebecca Perry from UK. And both of them came to India for the first time. Yeah. And this is not a good time to be in India, especially in Gujarat. Yeah. Please come back again. We are again welcoming you back to IMA and to India. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we close the two-day conference, international conference on IBC. We at IBBI, on behalf of IIM Ahmedabad, extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished dignitaries and invitees. We are grateful to you for your invaluable contribution, enthusiastic participation, and very patient hearing. And thank you for making this conference a resounding success. And we hope that your support will continue going forward as well. Thank you very much.